So remember we talked about the court stuff, right?
Mhm.
So randomly, uh, yesterday, I get a phone call from a complete stranger, and she said when I answered the phone, she was like, I said yes, and she said, well, I got a summons on my door for you for off for court,
Mhm.
and I'm like, a summons on your door, like who door? And she's like, I live at Drive, which is my old address that I lived at 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Mind you, the court has already told him that I don't live at that address anymore. They had the sheriff go there because he kept sending people knocking on those people's door trying to look for me. And the sheriff finally told them, I went to the rental office. The rental office has confirmed that she hasn't lived here since September of 2021. So the girl was saying, yeah, I've received like a couple of pieces of mail here for you. But she said, I really think it's a problem because I have a summons. And she was like, and I'm a pre-law student. So, and I've been dealing with the same thing with my kid's father with child support. And she said, so I'm going to take your paper down to the courthouse along with my lease to show them that you haven't been served because this is your address. Now, this is the crazy thing about that, Leah. Now, I know that you purposely sent that paper. Mind you, he filed that paper 2 days after we left out of court on the 12th. The paper is dated for the 14th. He filed for a motion to amend, and then he wrote up there, I don't make the same money I used to. I got a new job on the paper because he can't file for a request for a review through child support anymore. So the girl said, I'm gonna take the paper down there and they're gonna have to let him know that you haven't been officially served. So I feel like he did that on purpose because the last paper that was filed that I filed against him for him to come for the show cause has my address on it.
Mhm.
And we both received the same summons to come to court. And my address is on the front of it, big as day. So why did you purposely send that to an address where you know I don't live at? Because what you're trying to do is say, "Oh, she was served," and then I not show up to court so that you could try to make it go in your favor to get the child support lower. It's the underhanded stuff like that that he's doing.
Mhm.
Not to mention, so the lady was really nice. When I say she was really nice, she gave me a lot of information. She gave me a number to legal aid. She told me she sent a screenshot of the lawyer that she used that helps people with child support cases through legal aid because legal aid is based on your income for you to get, representation. And then she also told me to fill out this tax form to the IRS to report him and his business, and for the IRS to look into the fact that he's
He's
not
not.
filing his taxes or that he's not reporting his income and that he's falsifying information.
Mhm.
After I had just talked to you about all of this stuff, it's like he's still doing stuff. Not to mention, I know you said, let Juanita um get get the lesson that she's supposed to get out of this or whatever. So he had been texting her and she asked him why he didn't speak to her at all, which when he saw her at court, and he read the message and never responded.
Mhm.
But then gonna call my phone what's today, Wednesday, Monday, because see he thinks that I live in Newport News and I don't. And I'm not telling him where I live at because you keep sending people to my address. Like, why are you doing that? Like, you're stalking me for what reason? So he thinks that she started school Monday. So he texted her phone and was like, good morning. Hope you have a good first day of school. Love you. What school do you go to? Mind you, he's never cared about what school she went to or anything like that. And so she saw the message and she didn't respond because she said, I don't have nothing to say to him. And he doesn't even know that I don't even go to school this week. So she didn't respond to that. Then he calls my phone at like 8:30 in the morning and was like, yeah, I called this phone, or I text her and told her have a good day at school, and she didn't respond. I said, well, number one, the kids aren't allowed to take their phones to school anymore, so her phone is here at home. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, what school she go to? So I say Hines. She don't go there, but I say Hines because you know my address. So
But you
then,
said he don't know you. You didn't tell him where you moved to. So how he know your address if you didn't tell him where you moved to?
no, he knows the address that is on file, and he knows that it's a Newport News address and it's downtown. So you sent the summons to the address that you know that I don't live at. So you know she doesn't go to a school in Denby. So I told him she goes to a school downtown, which is a middle school, but she don't go there. And then he gonna text me today out the blue. Don't say hey, nothing. Just gonna text and say, what grade is she in now? The fact that you don't even know what grade your daughter is in is ridiculous. It's the underhanding stuff that he's doing that is bothering me. Like you're doing stuff on purpose, hiding money, lying about where you work at, and then found out the lady from child support called me on Friday and said that the only reason why he made that lump sum payment is because he was threatened to get his license suspended. So that's the only reason why he made that payment. And they sent another wage withholding request to the job now for him. And it's just, I'm tired, Leah. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just tired. I'm really tired. I'm tired of the whole situation. Like you dragging me back and forth all because you don't want to pay the amount of child support that they're telling you to pay, and you definitely have it. You're making the money to pay it, and I'm just tired.
Yeah. So I don't think you really have a question. I think you just wanted to vent about what you got going on with him. Which you have, I mean, you have your right to feel how you feel. You really do. You have your right to feel how you feel, especially when you've gone through this, umpteen times over the years. And you really not getting, it's like child support, okay, get money, all right. But you're really not getting support. You just getting monetary deposits like here and there. But support, like being there for her, you know, coming to get her and giving you a break, taking her to school, just that. So you're really not getting support like that for real.
Well, to
And it
be
can be frustrating when you're doing it just, by yourself. And then baby girl is, feeling some type of way because, like, why is my dad not wanting to, why is he not doing, why is he not getting there with me? Why we don't have a relationship? And it's worse when, like, versus a child who never, who doesn't know who their dad is. For a child to know their dad and know that their dad knows about them and he's making a conscious decision not to be all he can be for the child, that's even worse.
yes,
Um, but this is what has been chosen. So this is what has to be dealt with, you know. I know you be saying you want to read in this, that, and the third. I don't I'm about to send you your $50 back because I don't think you have no question. I think you just want to vent about it. And
no, that was just a part of it. Like
mhm,
I don't really know if there is a specific question to ask about that. Like
right.
like what's gonna happen because this young lady is adamant about she's gonna send the paper back. So now he's gonna have to do the process. It's like you're doing all these things and you're being underhanded, and then you're trying to make it seem like you genuinely care about the welfare of your child, and you don't. I really feel like you're just being sneaky and conniving, and you're trying to use my daughter to try to get information.
Hmm.
Because what will be the point of you asking her what school she goes to or grade she in? She's freaking about to be 13 and you don't know shit about her. I
That
don't even
doesn't that matters. That matters that she's 12 and he doesn't know. That says a lot about the condition of their relationship. However, in the last reading that we did, go back and listen to it. He is not about to make any significant changes. However, how he feels is definitely remorseful, and he does he well, I'm gonna say remorseful, but I what came out in that reading was that he truly desires a good relationship with her, and he's wanting to build on that. Excuse me. Now, all the child support stuff, don't nobody want to pay no money to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to this, that, and the third. They have financial issues elsewhere as well. So all of this, what you see on social media, all of this, what your niece going over there and seeing what they have and all this, that, and the third. Just because people got shit don't mean they paying on it. Don't mean that they finances is straight. Don't it doesn't mean hardly anything. It just you know, people, and just because someone makes a certain amount of money doesn't mean that they're governing their finances correctly. So I'm telling you right now, um, child support, he ain't the way he paying child support is how he pay other bills too. You know, they may pay their mortgage first, and then everything else just kind of whenever they can get to it, or whenever they get threatened with a shutdown or a repossession or something like that, then they might go ahead and pay the minimum to keep their shit. But don't be fooled by that. You know, um, I don't think that things are as they appear. Finances are not as they appear. Um, like I said, it's frustrating, but these are choices that were made. You chose to fool with him at the time that you fooled with him. You knew at least about one other person that he was fooling with. So you knew that he was not being committed, faithful, and loyal to you. You knew that you got pregnant and you chose to have that child. So he chose what he chose. Both of y'all made decisions. Now you have to deal with what's going on. You said he was paying child support faithfully, but it was on the hush. His current wife did not know about the baby that y'all had together. Then you chose to let it be known, and he chose to stop paying you child support faithfully. And now here we go with all this in and out of court and this, that, and the third, animosity, yada, yada, yada. Baby girl feeling left out and abandoned by her own father, which is crazy. You know, these are choices that were made. So this is what has been created by you and him. This is nothing more than that. And if you are tired, which I know you are, I can hear it, and just I can hear it in your voice. But me personally, if I had to deal with that, I would probably be exhausted and tired too. Well, what do? You deep rest. So it sounds like you may need to um you gotta continue with the court because you need what you need for baby girl. You gotta support her, and you need him to help you support her. So you cannot um stop that part. You gotta go so you can get what you need for your child.
Yeah.
And yeah, he may have only paid the 3,200 because he was getting his threatened about his license being taken. So what? Who cares? Doesn't matter why he paid it. What matters is that looky, you got a deposit into your account.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, energetically, yeah, everything is spiritual, but to you, it's none of your concern that, oh, well, he was starting his license about to be suspended, so you had to pay. It's none of your concern. What your concern is, I got this 3,200. How can I use this to make baby girl's life a little more easier, a little more better? You may not see another payment for a while, or he may pay next month. Who knows? Right now, you got the 3,200 and it cleared.
Yeah.
Now, where should your attention be focused? Not on if it's tiring you. That means that you're putting too much energy, effort, and attention on it at times where you ought not to be. When court comes, then that's what's up. You got a phone call, that's what's up. The girl, you don't know her from a can of paint. She take a few law classes, okay, wonderful. She may know a little something what she talking about. She going through shit with her baby daddy, okay, cool. She not about to tell you shit that you should not already know had you been proactive. So you're tired of this shit. But how have you been dealing with this for 12 years? And then here comes someone who just came across you and she's telling you new stuff. This is when spirit run those readings back from the past. When spirit's telling you to be proactive, do your research, go talk to this person, talk to that person, call this child support out, this, that, and the third, question them, get on their ass. Spirit's telling you to do this shit. But you're not focusing your attention on that. You're focusing your attention on you sick of him. Why he want to know what school his daughter go to. Why can't he know? So now you're exhausted, but you want to play the same game that he playing. You're venting about him, but you're going tit for tat. Toe for toe, eye for eye, tooth for tooth.
Mm-hmm.
This does not look good for you. It's not a good look. It may sound good to you right now because you feel like, well, I ain't telling him nothing for what? Why not? That's his child. And you chose to have a child with him. That's his child. I'm not about to like beat you up about anything because it's exhausting. It's tiring. You should not have to go through all of this. Baby girl should not have to go through all of this. Like you're valid. You're valid. You're 100% valid right now. However, let's not miss the entirety of the situation. Let's not miss the full picture because we're so focused in on something that we forgetting that we made choices. That we're forgetting that every choice we make begets another choice. You know how in the Bible they have certain in the Old Testament they have certain like a whole chapter and so beget the son yada yada and yada yada beget the son yo yo and yo yo beget the son da da da. Every choice you make begets another thing. The butterfly effect. So
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be some shit to come out from you just saying, well, I'm not telling him where she go to school. I lied. He know where you stay, but then you didn't tell him. How does that make sense? Well, he knows the we're not talking about an old address. We're not. We're talking about right now today. Because you're going to hold him to right now today. So hold yourself to that same standard that you're holding him to. I'm trying to help you focus your attention on something other than his little raggedy ass. Focus your attention on you. Focus your attention on unconditional love. That's the highest vibration. So you resonate at that vibration, then all this other little shit is beneath you, now ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
If he's asking what school she goes to and when the school starts, let him know the truth. If he wants to know where your address is, let him know the truth. Now y'all about to go through all this with the court. Like you're right. Like you're right. You about to go through all this with the court about how he's serving the wrong. This was 3 years. Da 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 da. That does not matter when you are still lying about your address. It doesn't matter.
Well,
He
I
knows
have.
I don't live there, but he doesn't know where you stay. It's loud and wrong.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to have somebody know where
Not
I live.
somebody, your child's father.
Well, her father does not need to have my physical address when I know I've listened to you talk about in court while we're waiting to be seen by the judge. I'm listening to you tell people, total strangers, that you are sending people to my house to see if I live there. That you purposely, when you knew that I had my nail business going on, you purposely told your stepdaughter to call and ask for a job there so that you could come to court and say that I had a nail business. I
What does
don't
a
like
nail
that.
business have to do with knowing where his daughter lives?
I just told you that he was sending people to the house looking to see if I lived there or not.
So what is wrong with that? If he's not,
That's
if you're
stalking.
not being truthful about your address and where you're living, then what is wrong with him sending someone to see if you live there or not?
Because that's stalking me. You haven't spoken to me, said anything to me in over 7 years, and
Okay,
then
so that
as
is your
soon as you
argument. Hold on. That is your argument about the past. In the right now, because I'm telling you, you are going to, nobody can exhaust you unless you allow them to. Nobody can make you tired and sick of shit unless you allow them to. That is the past. Right now, you are in communication. What you just said is, you have not talked to me in years. Okay, right now, he's in communication with you. Not only you, but his daughter. He's in communication with both of y'all. And you are not telling him where you live. Why
he
not?
has the address, the
He has
address that
he has your current address.
no, he has the address that he needs to have in the same address that child support has. Because I don't trust you to have my physical address. You're not going to be sending people to my house or knocking on my door and doing stuff like that. I don't do that to you. I'm not showing up at your doorstep trying to see if you live there. I don't do that. And that's you're invading my privacy. And that doesn't make me feel safe that you're sending random people to knock on my door to see if I live there. You have my phone number. If you want to know where I live, you could have simply just called. I had the same number.
He did, Michelle. You just said that he asked you where she go to school, when did school start, and he asked about your address. And
He
you
didn't ask
told
me about my address. I didn't
so
say
if he
that.
so if he calls you right now and asks you where you live, what's your address? What's your
I'm not
answer?
apartment 408, the same address that's on the docket that you
Is that
had.
your current address?
No, I'm not giving that to him.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to get you to understand, right? The arguments that you're making, it sounds good, but it's loud and wrong because you're still not. It's like you will acknowledge that you are not giving him your current address, but then when you talk about it, it's as if you are. It's as if you're open and willing and this, that, and the third. It's a contradiction. It's not adding up. You're either going to give it to him or you're not. And whatever choice you decide to make, you have to stand on it real strong. You can't switch that shit. You in just now in this conversation. It's recorded. So go play it back. You've switched it up several times. I'm gonna give well if he yeah, I mean this that he has but he has the one that he needs or but I mean I have no problem. It's that is confusion and chaos. And that will exhaust you too. Stop focusing on him. It don't matter why he paid the 3,200. He paid it. It don't matter why he wants your address. You know that you ain't giving it to him. Period.
That's the
It
part that I think you're not
I'm
understanding.
understanding very clear.
He
My
has the address. My point was you sent
Michelle,
documentation to an old address that you know for a fact that I don't live at
it
on
doesn't
purpose.
matter. It doesn't matter. It don't matter if he sent it to an address that he know you don't live at. The address that you actually live at, He does not know it. That's the point I'm trying to make, Michelle. You're not going to flip this and make it sound good to me. I'm listening with open ears and open heart. And this is not an attack on you, but I'm trying to show you the avenues that's draining your energy. These are avenues that are draining your, all of these avenues is leading straight back to him. But it's different avenues and it's draining your energy. It don't matter if he sent it to the address that you lived at 3 years ago. The address that he has is not your current address. So how does that even matter? Focus your attention on stuff that matters. If you're not willing to give him your current address, who the fuck cares? And the fact that you're so open to this shit that a complete stranger can call you and you sit there and you entertain it. You should have told her to mind her fucking business and just to return that shit back to where it came from because you don't live there. But you hosted a whole entire conversation and got her looking this up, talking to this person, giving you this information, going to this court or whatever system and turning it. Be fucking for real. How did she even have that much time on her hands to deal with the shit she say she going through with her child's father and to deal with your shit? You are open to bullshit. And it's draining you. You're gonna forever be tired then. Everything is spiritual. You want him to be so bad. You want him to be so wrong. You don't have to want that. Just like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, in the eye of the beholder, so is good and bad. So is right and wrong. I just told you in the last reading that he already has his own karma that he's dealing with. You don't have to want him to feel bad. You don't have to want him to be bad. He already is because he feels it for himself. But it's like you want something so bad, something tangible in your hand concerning him that you're willing to just allow yourself to be mentally and emotionally tampered with by the situation. One thing about me, I control my environment. I don't allow my environment to control me. It don't matter if I'm at home with this dog and this child. I control my environment. It don't matter if I'm at work at this fucking prison with these damn inmates. I control my environment. I don't let no goddamn inmate tell me shit. You ain't tell me shit. This is not your home. This is your housing area right now. You're being housed here and for the time being. It's not your home. This is my job. I get paid to be here. You don't control my environment. When I'm with my friends, when I'm with my nigga, you don't control. You don't control. If you got a little leeway, it's because I'm allowing you to, not because you just got one up on me. I'm allowing. That's where you need to be. That's where you need to be. You don't have to be right, and he doesn't have to be wrong. You need to find a peace that passes all understanding. If he's draining your energy, exhausting you with this bullshit that he's on, focus your attention elsewhere. Refine your perspective. There's no way that you should have played into this. You have so much more to be working on, to be concerned with, to be focused on. This his dumbass should be a fucking afterthought. His bullshit should be like, "Oh yeah, he did do that." When it's time to go to court, you have your ducks in a row. T's crossed, I's dotted, and then you leave it right there. You have so much more to look forward to. To be looking behind, you about to turn to a pillar of salt. Sodom and Gomorrah. Looking back at his ass, trying to see what the fuck he doing now. It's always gonna be some shit. Even though he feels in his heart remorse, that's where his karma's coming from. His karma's coming from how he feels about his daughter and what's transpired so far. He gonna get karma for that because he feels guilty. He does. But you don't have to look back and see how guilty. Guilty about what though? Be specific. That's none of your concern. Your concern is you moving forward, pushing your businesses forward, furthering your, developing your skills, making sure everything is straight. You have a whole goddaughter that you about to inherit. But you got time to entertain his dumb shit. And then what you did with old girl was trauma bond. That's what that is. That's not a helping hand, a supportive friend. That's trauma bonding with somebody. So now he got karma because of how he feel in his heart. Now you gonna have some karma about this shit. You're gonna have some karma about this. And then I told you to be in a spirit of giving, be in a spirit of philanthropy, be in a spirit of humanitarianism.
I've been doing that.
Listen to what I'm saying. What you did with her was open up a door for yet another person to be in your business and on it. Because I'll do this and this, that, and that. What exchange did y'all have other than a trauma bond and her actually doing shit for you? Or giving you information or saying I'm gonna do or whatever. What exchange was it? Because what she did was, she actually didn't, but the intention was to help you carry this portion of your cross. I know you heard the term pick up your cross and carry it. His ass is a part of your cross. And what she did was assist in that carry. What was exchanged for that? And that's just for something you to answer. You can journal it, you can just reflect on it in your head. What was exchanged for that? Because everything is spiritual. And energy is a currency. Time is a currency. So you may think somebody is just doing something for you or just good spirited and just wanting to help out so bad. Taking time and energy, currency, out of their day, out of their life to just do this just from a good heart, a good space. But the part of karma that people don't want to talk about is that exchange, that currency, that reaping what you sow. Those are natural laws and spiritual laws. So you've opened yourself up and allowed a complete stranger. Now she said they've been sending shit to her house, but she just now called. Why? They they've been sending shit to your house, but you just now calling. And how did you get my number? Was it on the paper? Well, why not call before? Why not go down there and have this rerouted, returned to sender? So how much other shit did you miss? You're going to
See,
have to if there was not an exchange already made between the two of you where she did all this whatever and you did something for her, there's going to be another exchange. So you're talking about you're exhausted, you're tired, your energy's tied up because you owe people spiritually. If you did not already exchange with her, now you owe her. And that's an avenue that's causing your exhaustion. That's an avenue that's causing your I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired. And he has nothing to do with that open avenue. You allowed her to travel down your street. You allowed her to beat down your block. She could have simply, the first or second time they sent it. Now the first time probably were like, whatever, okay, they sent us some shit. Second and third time, oh, y'all, I would have been right now. This is no longer this person's address. This is my motherfucking address. Focus your attention on other shit. Focus your attention on some other shit. It's been 12 years. You know what this nigga's gonna do. You know how he moves. Focus your attention on some other shit. You're tired. You're exhausted because he is tiring and he is exhausting. But you are also tired and exhausted because you are allowing yourself to be. Because you're worried about what he's doing. Because you're focused on what he got going on. Who cares? You need to get in that. Who cares? I don't give a damn how this chick. Let me tell you something. Let HR fuck up my check and fuck around and put an extra $500 in my account on my check. I ain't gonna be worried about how, who, what, when, where, why. If they ain't said shit to me, I mean shit. I don't even look at no pay stub to see what's going on for real. Whatever's deposited is deposited. My baby daddy fuck around and be like, you know what? I'm about to just send you $1,000. I'm about to go send you 10 grand. I'm about to send you whatever. I'm be like, nigga, why? Were you threatened to get your license taken away? I'm not gonna fucking care. Run me my money and it better clear in a bank.
No, I did what you said when it came to that part. The lady just told me that over the phone. I didn't ask her that. She
You
told
don't
me,
have to ask her that. You mentioned it on my phone. So you
yes.
mentioning it
Um,
on my phone lets me know that it's a bother to you. I'm
I,
not I'm not saying that you're wrong for feeling how you feel. I'm not saying you're wrong for feeling how you feel. Your feelings are valid. However, they are feelings. They are emotions. And that's the moon is the fastest moving celestial body when it comes to our charts. It's just feelings, it's emotions. As fast as they move, drop that shit. If it was not of focus, if it was not a concern, you would have never mentioned it. So even with me, you don't, just like with him, you don't have to be right and he don't have to be wrong. With me, you do not have to defend yourself. I've already validated your feelings. I've already said he ain't shit. But I'm not going to sit here and care about him not being shit because you want me to care. What I'm going to do is care about you more than I care about him not being shit. I'm going to care about my friend, Michelle, being the goddess that she is, progressing, elevating, rising on her pulpit and taking her throne. I'm going to care about that. I'm going to care about Michelle's development more than I give a fuck about that nigga not being shit. And so the issue here, the blockage here, is you caring more about your progression and development more than you caring about him not being shit. I can't care more than you care. I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. I cannot value, your worth more than you do. Right now, we have a confliction. We have an issue of blood because I don't give a damn about him not being shit. He's not my baby daddy. So, yes, there is a level of detachment there, right? This is why I validate your feelings. I can
Mm,
have a level of detachment because I don't have to deal with his punk ass. So, it may come off easier said than done because I don't have to deal with him. He's not my son's father. I don't have no kids with him. I've never met this nigga. So I want you to know that you can achieve that same level of detachment. It may be harder for you to achieve, which is fine. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time with you. Be patient with you because you deserve that. You deserve patience. It's taking the same thing when they say it. People think they're about to go to the gym 2 times and lose 50 pounds. Well, how long did it take you to get to the size that you are? It's going to take the same amount of negligence it took for you to get to the weight and the sloppiness that you are. It's going to take the same amount of discipline to get you where you want to be, physically fit, well-being. It took 12 years for y'all to get to this mess. It's not going to happen tomorrow. You're going to just be detached like, fuck that nigga. He ain't shit. I don't care. Life goes on. We got plenty of fabulous, wonderful things going on for ourselves. It's not going to take you're not going to be there tomorrow. So you deserve patience and you better give it to yourself. You better be patient with yourself. You better take your time with this. Y'all have a covenant, which is baby girl. Baby girl's y'all's covenant. You got that covenant. That's a heavy task. So day by day, step by step. But you better understand that you can and you will achieve this level of detachment that I have. And it starts with your emotions.
right,
You don't have to feel no type of way about his stupid ass. He sent that shit to the wrong address on purpose. Okay, you know that.
right,
Why give him more of your life minutes? Why give him more of you? Every time you every time you make him the forefront of your fucking concerns, you giving him more and more pieces of you. Fuck that nigga. How many times you done heard me say fuck somebody? You be on my phone and you know you hear me say fuck them.
since I've been talking to you.
You better just know I'ma say that. You better know. You better be like, damn, let me call Leah for a reading. The first thing she gonna say, fuck them. And they can take that fuck however they would like to be fucked. However they like it. Fuck them just like that. And some more shit. Like the YNs be saying down in Atlanta. And some more shit. You about to you ripping. I want you to just think about that. Visualize that. Every time that nigga do some fuck shit, you already know what time you already know what time he's on. And every time he do some fuck shit, just visualize yourself just saying, "Oh, well, let me rip you off another piece of me. Here's my concern. Let me rip another piece of me. Here's my emotional instability. Let me rip another piece. Just imagine you just taking a piece of like just ripping a piece out of your arm, or a piece of your bicep. You just hand it to him. Well, here's a piece of my strength. I'm going to be weak minded today. And instead of focusing on my nail school, instead of focusing on my massage, instead of focusing on my shea butters, instead of focusing on baby girl, getting her ready for school, instead of focusing on Tati, the new grandbaby I'm about to have, instead of focusing on these jobs that I got, my clients, I'm about to rip out a piece of my bicep and give you a piece of my strength. I'm about to rip off a piece of my skull with a little bit of brain on it and give you a piece of my mind. Complete stranger calling you. Yeah, and this, that, and the third, girl. Yeah, I'm going the same thing with my baby dad. Just rip off a piece of your leg and hand it right over there to her. A piece of your spine, just like one of the little discs in your spine. Here, girl, let me give you this disc from my spine right here. You need to give more of a fuck about your well being, focusing on your shit more than you give a fuck about his dumbass. Everything is spiritual. He may not know that it frustrates you and bothers you so much as it does. He may not even know that. But spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
the more you play into it, the more you feed into it, the more he gonna fucking do.
Can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
So I was looking at it like from both angles. It's like listening to what you're saying. Okay.
Mhm.
The more you focus on, the more you give energy to something, the more something else happens. Okay. I understand that part. I also looked at the part like, and you could say it's wrong or not. I don't know. But I'm like, I looked at it like this person, no, this person doesn't know me. No, yes, she did say she received one other piece of mail. It was in an envelope. She didn't open it. She just knew it wasn't for her. And then she got the letter on the door, and that's what made her call to say something. But I looked at it like that was a blessing in disguise because she didn't have to call me and tell me anything. She could have just threw that paper in the trash and act like she never got it, never said anything, and he could have went to court and said, "Oh, she didn't show up and she was served." And now he done went in there and got his child support lowered because I didn't show up to court. So that's the way that I looked at it. It could have happened a million different ways, but it happened in a way that I got notified of the bullshit that he was trying to pull. And that's how I looked at it. Like she didn't have to tell me anything. She could have just threw the paper away and kept it moving.
Or she could have went and turned it in the way that she said that she was going, the way she told you she was going to do. She told you, "Oh, well, I'm just going to take it up there in my lease and show them that you no longer live here."
But because when she called, she said the number that she dialed, she thought that that was the number to the court until I answered, and she realized that I wasn't the court, that it was my actual phone number, and then that's what she told me. So that's just the way that I looked at it. Like, and the only reason why I got upset about it was because I was like, damn, that was 2 days after court. You done already went and tried to file a paper. It's just stupid. Like, just pay your fucking child support, dude. Like, I don't understand why you're going through all this extraness to be underhanded and you're just, whatever. Just pay your child support.
Okay.
I finally got my car back today
Well,
after
that's good.
after 3 months, and that worked out good because the people that worked on my car, um they didn't make me pay the extra fee. I was supposed to have paid $650 for the representation for them to have to fight against state for them to get them to pay the whole balance for the repairs for my car. And they
Hmm.
didn't make me pay that today. So I was really happy about that.
Yeah.
So that worked out. And I was like, Lord, you know, that was a good, because I had been praying about that. And I told God, I just want them to pay what they're supposed to pay. And I didn't know I was going to have to go through all that. So I'm going to have to look for another insurance company. I got a phone call from the lawyer that I had hired, and they told me that they weren't going to be able to represent me because he looked up the VIN number on my vehicle for the the defect or whatever, and
Hmm.
said that he didn't see the VIN number up there, and so he wasn't going to be able to go after
Hmm.
Intersta because I'm going to have to prove that the brakes were faulty, and they said that they're not doing that, and it would cost too much money for them to have to hire somebody to investigate. And he said they're not going to be able to help me. So
Hmm.
um, I would have to find somebody else, I guess, if I choose to continue to go through the process. Because right now he's saying he didn't see my car under the recall. So my goddaughter is here. She just got here the other day. So we took care of all the paperwork. So now we're just waiting for the court date um, to finalize everything. So she's here. We got her signed up for school and everything. And she's happy to be here.
Okay. Well, that's
So,
good that she's able to get settled in before school starts and everything. That's really
yeah.
good. That was perfect timing, actually.
Yeah, everything kind of worked out pretty good. Her aunt or whatever, me and her, talked about everything, and um
Hmm.
she's actually real cool, and we had time to sit down and talk about stuff together. We had a couple of phone calls, during the process before she came. So she bought the bunk beds and everything for them. She paid for it, paid for the people to put it together. She got her mattress and stuff, brought all her clothes and everything. And
Hmm.
she was, I'm not just gonna leave you hanging. If you need me, I'm here. She's like, I'll be calling and checking in and stuff. So
Hmm.
everything is working out. I can't even complain. Of course, I'm tired just because we've been ripping and running these last 2 days trying to get everything done. But
Hmm.
um, the stuff that needed to be done immediately has been done. And then she also went and got me a copy of her birth certificate so I can have it. And she's working on her social security card and stuff. So I did have some questions. Not about that. I was just giving you an update on that just because you mentioned it. And I just wanted to tell you how everything was going. So
What questions did you have? So I already told you it's $50 like on the hour. So what questions did you have? Because you could have started with the questions first and then with the extra time if we had it talked about his ass.
nah, I apologize. But
I mean, you don't gotta apologize. I'm just letting you know. Cause what the
I,
hell?
I get it. If I have to pay you,
Absolutely not. Y'all not parking right here in my yard. Absolutely fucking not. Y'all gonna have to get the fuck on. This is not for y'all to be parking here. Yeah, keep it pushing. No, you're not parking there. No, that's crazy. It's later. It's 11 fucking o'clock at night. Absolutely not. I don't know who the hell this is, but absolutely not.
Do they see
No.
you?
I'm sitting here waving my fucking phone on the porch and I'm loud as hell saying no. I got a whole no parking sign right there. This can't be for real. Y'all gonna have to hurry. Whatever y'all got going on, hurry it up. Cause no way. No fucking way. Anyway, it's so what questions do you have? And how many questions do you have? Cause now it's like it's 11.
That's why
Time
I'm
for sure.
like, that's why I said, do I if I need to pay you more, I can. It's
It
you know
might
I got
just be we have to do it tomorrow. You had questions about your goddaughter or what?
no, not right now. It's gonna take a little minute for her to get adjusted, but she already calling me ma and everything, so no.
Oh Lord.
But that's because she used to call me that anyway. So no, it's not about that. It's really about so I don't know if I told you or not that I was moving into a salon.
Mhm.
So I go this I'm gonna start moving my stuff this weekend. So I wanted to see like how that's gonna work out for me because um I'm gonna have a lot on my plate, but I need to be able to fit that in. I'm trying to make it because this was the thing with work. Work is still not uh, consistent. I still don't have everything that I need for work as far as like the clients are concerned. And I'm like, is that because I'm supposed to be doing all this stuff like with my goddaughter and mapping everything out to be more in this salon or what? Like, I don't really know what's going on. And sometimes it's a little bit frustrating because I don't really know which direction to go in. But I don't have a lot of clients right now. People are losing their Medicaid and all of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to figure out like what is going on. What am I doing?
Okay.
And is it a reason why it's like that? Is it because I'm supposed to be, focusing on that, or
Mhm.
because I know the last time I asked something about work a while ago, and I kept that's before when I was asking you about the money ritual because I seen it, it was unfolding and it was getting worse. It wasn't getting better. And it's kind of like at the same. And I don't want to keep working for like a million different places and I only got like two clients at each place. That's still not it's like I'm still living check to check. It don't matter. So
Okay. Okay, they're moving. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta go. You. That's why my grass is not going to the edge of the road. How you gonna park on somebody else's property and get mad when they tell you to move? I don't give a damn what y'all got going on. It's 11 o'clock at night.
why they can't why don't they park where they trying to go to the person's house they going
Girl,
to?
I'm in a damn country. Ain't no telling where the hell they coming from. Like the nearest store is like what? It's a gas station about 8 miles down the road.
Oh,
Um, I mean not
wow.
8 miles. Well, my shit. I don't know. It probably gonna take them about 10, 15 minutes to get to the nearest damn store.
Mm,
I'm in the country. Okay.
okay.
Yes, that's why I'm in. That's why people just be pulling up. I guess my yard is the biggest, and it's a whole dirt area right there because people park there, and the
Oh,
grass is just continuing to recede because people continue to park there. Um, no, but anyway, um, I'm gonna have to. Let's do this. What are you doing tomorrow? And then it
um,
won't. And so we'll just
are you
finish.
off tomorrow?
I gotta go to
Oh,
work. But I'm
Okay.
gonna come home earlier tomorrow. Today I had something to do after work. I had met up with somebody after work. But tomorrow I should be home around like 6:30 ish. Well, before then, but when I say home, I mean settled in. Like I'll get home probably about a little bit before 6, but I'll be settled in 6:30.
Okay. I know I gotta take baby girl to the other baby girl. I have to take her to her open house is tomorrow
Hmm.
from 4 to 7. But the school is literally right here behind my house, so I'm gonna try to be there at 4 o'clock so I can get that out the way
Okay.
around
Well,
that.
I'll be here. Like I said, well, I'll be settled in about 6:30. If it ends at 7, you just call me then. That ain't nothing but 30 minutes.
No, I'm saying I don't have to stay there that long. That's just the time frame that you're allowed to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be one of the first people there so I can go meet the teacher, get everything I need to get, and then leave.
Okay, cool. Hit me up then about 6:30 and we'll
Mhm.
go over your questions, boo. Okay?
I'll just have 'em I'll make sure I have them written down for you because that was a long question,
Or
but
either text me the question. That way when I call you, I'll just go ahead and just pull the cards and stuff.
okay. Do you want me to send you more money?
No, we good. We
Because
gonna be all right.
it's not, I got some a little change.
Yeah, but that's baby girl. You got them two youngins about to go to school and all that right there. So if the Lord move your heart, then you can send whatever donation you want to. But we'll be okay for tomorrow. Okay? Get your butt.
But I have been doing what you told me to do too.
What's that?
When you told me to you said something about being more charitable and like if you pay for something and then say, do you want to round up to this or
Yeah.
start, donating? I have been doing that though.
Yeah. That keeps
I
that
donating.
keeps your anytime
Yeah,
you're open to give, you're open, so you giving is a flow is coming back to you. Like that's a like I said, that's a natural and spiritual law. Like you gonna reap what you sow. So if you open up to give, it don't matter if it's a round up to the nearest dollar and ain't nothing but 2 cent rounding up. You that's currency, that's energy. um Money is like the one of the lowest vibrations of currency. However, the mood and the spirit that you're in when you're giving and doing those things, that can bring a really great return for you. Even in just your connections vibrating higher, so you know that you're having a better mood throughout the day. Because think about when you're able to do something for somebody, that should make you feel good. Like even
yeah,
if you like somebody order a coffee behind you and you standing in line and you got some groceries and all you see them, all they got is bananas. You like, go ahead and throw that. I'll pay you. Tell her to scan your bananas and I'll pay you. Go ahead and go. So they don't got to stand, behind you and they got their bananas paid for. Bananas are cheap as hell, but it just make you feel good. Like, dang, I got a little extra something to pay for someone else's banana, like, and then you just feel good, like you was able to let them go ahead about their day, their business. That's time. Time is a low vibrational currency. However, in this 3D in this type of vibration on Earth, time is a lot. So the fact that you used money to free up someone's time to go do whatever, you probably lighten their mood, and then that yields a great return back to you. So stay doing like just those little things, those nuances, and do it in the spirit. Like, yo, create an affirmation behind it, or like a mantra. Make a mantra behind it. Every time you're able to do something for somebody or round up or whatever, have your affirmation or a mantra that you say with it, you know, like
yeah,
concerning just your nuances, how people are more kind to you, how you find generosity throughout the day, how beauty is always the object of your eye. Anything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that's a good thing, you know.
Yeah, I've been doing a little small stuff, and it's like you right, it do feel good. Like I dropped off some clothes at one of my jobs today that I work at because we have a clothes closet there.
Yeah.
So I've been taking our clothes couldn't fit anymore. I've been taking it there because they have
Mhm.
crisis clients and kids and stuff that come through that need it. So
Mhm.
I dropped the clothes off there because somebody else could use them.
Mhm.
So I just been doing stuff like that.
Keep that shit up. Keep that shit up. And it's all that stuff works out in your favor. It works out for your good. But I'm about to let you go. I'll talk to you tomorrow because I gotta get it's 11:11.
Mm.
It's 11:11. Look that up. Look up that angel number. Um
I got my angel book number
yeah.
book here too. I look at it every night because certain numbers I've been seeing a lot, like every single day. It be the same numbers. And I
Yeah.
ain't
If it's the
with it.
same numbers repeating it, definitely look that up and stuff. There's a message for you. But there's something that is not just a message for you. There's an action that you need to take concerning those messages. So continue to do that. But I'm gonna have to get my baby up and ready for school. I'm gonna have to
Okay,
get myself ready. I did absolutely nothing tonight to prepare for tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to get up early and prepare. So
got
yeah. I'll talk to you tomorrow though. Mm-mm.
okay. Thank you.
All right, good night.